to the channel. You guys get all the work done yet? Come on. We ain't got time for you guys to be standing around. We got things to do. Welcome back to the channel. It's been a little bit. What's it been? 7 days, because I've been putting out videos every Friday. So if you guys didn't know that, come back this time next Friday, you'll see another one. Anyway, have you ever had a song stuck in your head and you're just like jamming it out, but you can't sing it because get copyrighted and I'll lose the 80 cents that I'll make on this video? Me neither. Anyway, all right, enough screwing around. We are back on the 1957 Chevrolet two-door sedan. We're doing some rust repair. Boom, here we go. We got patch panels. Boom, there we go. We got that bumper mount that we were talking about. That's right. Now last week, we did the driver's side. This week, doing the passenger side. And for those of you who put all those wonderful comments and told me what I should do differently, I would like to tell you that I listened to you, but that video is coming out next week, and I filmed it 2 days ago, so if you do the math and the calculations in the old brain, this would have already been done about a week and a half from when you're seeing it. So I do sincerely apologize that I didn't listen to you, but that's because I didn't hear it until right now. It's kind of confusing on how all that's working, but anywho, we're gonna do it a little different. Last week, I measured, and then I cut, and then I had to recut, and I'm trying to slim down on the cuts. So this time what we're gonna do is I'm gonna start with the panel, which is right here. Start with the panel. And if you see my little finger sticking up, you know what that is? This stupid, it hasn't happened very often, but the darn wheel of death, the cutoff wheel, exploded after I shut the video off, after I ended it out. I had to use a cutoff wheel to fill the gap on the driver's side a little bit. And as I did that, right here on the fender, or the fender in the door, as I did that, my hand was underneath, and that sucker exploded, and it got me. And it got me good. I'd show you, but I don't really want to because it's gross. But it hurt like the dickens. I cried. I had a moment. I said some few choice words, a lot of them. Yeah. And then, after I recouped, wiped away my tears, and I finished that side off, I burnt my finger. So I got a boo-boo here, a boo-boo here, and I ain't happy about it. This time we're gonna do it a little different. I'm gonna cut it off. Let's see, I got it upside down. This is how it goes on there. And I'm gonna just cut it. Cut it off. Then I'm gonna put it up there, and then I'm gonna make a cut. And that way, I only have to make one cut, hopefully. Kind of like I did on the fender on the other side. If you remember right, I just kind of hem-hawed and cut it, and then I put it up there, and then I cut it again, and it ended up working out pretty good. And I'm sure some of you guys didn't like that, and I'm sure some of you didn't like how I did it the first time, but doggone it, here we are. I did it. I did it that way, and it worked. Why you guys keep texting me? This phone keeps going off. It's annoying. Anyway, so today we're gonna for sure fix that bumper. We're gonna fix that lower quarter. I'm gonna fix the rocker panel. I don't know if I'm gonna tackle the fender because it's not that bad. I don't know that I care. And then, well, that's probably it. That's probably it, because I'm gonna stop talking. I'm gonna start working. And because that's what you guys want. You guys want smaller videos, which I like the hour-long videos. That way you guys can watch it and get the gist of how things are going. But I'll cut a lot of it out. I'll just whoo, and you know, get rid of it. All right, I'm in a weird mood today. I'm not gonna lie. That weird mood that I was in, that I said I was in a mood and you were in a mood, so it's just gonna be one of those days. Said that last video. Well, it's only been a couple days, so I'm still in that weird mood. So. And the other thing, I'm wearing my glasses. That was the other thing. I was welding, crap got in my eyes, or not welding, I was grinding, doing some grinding, crap got in my eyes, ruined my contact, and guess what? I'm out of contacts. It's been a week. It's been a week, fellas. It's been a week. All right, I'm gonna get set up. You guys are gonna go get some popcorn and get ready to crack some jokes at me at my expense. I'll take it. I'll take it. I'll take it. But anyway, welcome back. I appreciate each and every one of you guys watching. Let's get to work. Alrighty. To begin with, we're gonna do it a little bit different. I'm sure some of you guys said this in the comment, so take this as me listening to you. But I'm gonna whack this lip off while it's on the bench, so it's a little bit easier than crawling around on the floor. So I have just 2 magnets holding it still. It's pretty good. So like I said, I'm just gonna cut this lip off because it doesn't match up with the car anyway. She's hot. Okay, I feel better about that. Now for my next trick. What we're gonna do is we're gonna whack off. Man, I need to stop saying that word. We are gonna cut exactly roughly 5 inches up. So I measured. We're a little over, little over. But it's like if you squint, you know, and do one of these, close one eye, squint with the other, she's 5 inches. So we're gonna cut that off. And the measurement really doesn't matter because I just kind of eyeballed that and I'm going off of this and I'm going off of this. And if I'm wrong, you'll never know because I just fix it and then I won't tell you. So anywho, I'm gonna go ahead and cut this off. Here we go. Now, much like last time, it ain't gonna work. I'm gonna try to finagle around that line, but I'm gonna give it a little bit of extra room. So, better replace the disc. Hang on, I'm gonna get me a new death wheel. All right, new death wheel. Let's get this going. Take 2. I gotta move the shroud. Okay. All right. So with this one, as you can see, I cut on the inside of the roll versus cutting on the outside, because last time I cut right here. So this time I cut here. So let's see if it's any better. Oh yeah, that's way more gooder. You can see I just got the magnets holding it up there. So that's the way I should have done it the first time, and that's the way I recommend doing it here in the future. But and it looks a little bit high right there as far as the door, because it does rub a little bit. But as you can see, it needs to be tucked back in this way. So last time when I opened the door, I thought the gap was real big. It's because it wasn't, because I forgot. Man, I'm mumbling. There wasn't a gap because it had to be tucked back. You know, the quarter panel doesn't go straight up and down, it kind of rolls. So once you tack the bottom in, there was no gap, so it's fine. So anywho, I welded it all up, and on the other side that is, and now this side needs the same treatment. So we're gonna leave the magnets there. We're gonna start the slice and dice, or the death wheel. The death wheel. That's right, I don't even want to look at it because I'm that emotionally distraught about it. Could have been way worse. Anyway, gonna use the wheel of death on that, and we'll start cutting it away. And I don't know how I'm gonna blend the paint yet. I do want to blend it because I don't want the bare metal look, although I should just leave the bare metal look, because I mean, Yeah, but I am gonna try to blend it. But we'll get into that later. I don't know. I was thinking about it on the other side, and I tried a couple things, and it doesn't look great. But I'm thinking the more I drive it, and the further away you get, I think it'll. I think that's the key. You know, the more I drive it and get wear and tear on it, and the sun fades it, and the further away you stand, and again with the whole close one eye, squint with the other, mint. Anyway, let's get to cutting. Woo! You know, every time I'm cutting back here, I stop and think about that stupid gas tank. Because we got smoke coming everywhere. So just in case, I'm gonna put the old fire extinguisher there, and I'm gonna crack that door just for a second. Just in case. Because, I mean, it's smoking. Let me check for fires. All right. There's no fire, but you guys are on fire check. Here's a fire extinguisher. Let me know. Fix that back down. That didn't work. Okay. Bondo bucket. Ah, good riddance. Don't worry, I'll move you. Milwaukee, gotta love their batteries. Now, as you can see, that worked pretty good. So this side, towards the front of the car, is actually, I think it's down just a skosh, and we got room to bring it up. So, because you can see that little bitty filler gap, it's like a 1/16 of an inch, and I think we'll be pretty much dead on. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut off the bad rocker part. You guys have seen it before, so I'm not gonna video that. It's just more cutting and grinding. You've seen it, and you're probably tired of hearing it in the old headphones or on your cell phone. So I'm gonna cut that out, and then we're gonna start tacking it all in and welding it up. I am gonna fix that fender too. I said I wasn't gonna, but you know, I was trying to make the videos shorter, but it is what it is, guys. You know, we're trying to do hot rod stuff and car stuff rather, because everything's not a hot rod, I guess, but this is. But we're trying to redo it, and we're trying to do the best we can to document how we do it. And yeah, when I'm dead and gone, my kids can look back and see some of the cars I've messed with. So that's my real purpose behind doing this, but just kind of a cool little journal and bring you guys along for the ride as well. So hate to break the news to you, but I think the longer videos are coming back. It is what it is. Some of the talking, it's gonna come back. I'm sorry, guys. That's just who I am, and it'll be all right. for every person that don't like it, I'm sure somebody out there might, you know. And like I said, I'm doing it more for my kids later on in life, and myself too, you know. 10, 20 years down the road, I'm already 40, so I just turned 40, so it's like one of these days I'm gonna forget what kind of cars I had. I can thumb through and be like, dang, I had that 57 Chevy, that's cool. I had that 59 Biscayne, that's cool. You know, because unfortunately where I live, I can't keep them all. So I just keep the ones, you know, that I like for a while, and then I get rid of them. Just like the Biscayne, that's a perfect example. The 35 Oldsmobile, I sold that. I played with it. I scratched that itch, so to speak. And the same with the Biscayne, the 59 Biscayne. You're actually going to see a video on that here soon, because I'm going to do some cleaning up work on that, and I'm going to sell it. So it is what it is. You can't keep them all. I got bucket list cars, and the 57 will probably stay for a little bit though. I'm enjoying the 57. I'd like to get a 55 Chevy as well, so we'll see. I'm talking ahead, but there's other cars out there that I want. A 59, I wanted one of them real bad, but I really want a 2-door, but I like the 4-door. It's my daily driver right now, so any whichever way, I'm gonna stop yakking and go back to cutting, but I'm gonna go ahead, since it's already mostly out, I'm just gonna trim up that, square it off, and then we can cut a piece out of sheet metal and put it in there. So, all right, let's get cutting. Okay, wasn't expecting that. This thing has been in a wreck before, and she got smoke. It's a Bondo bucket, boys. I mean, bad. That's probably a 1/2 inch of Bondo, I'm not even kidding. So, I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna strip down the whole quarter panel, so we're probably gonna have to add some Bondo back to that corner to make it right. Dang it. Now it's making me think. Should've just left the rust. I don't know. What do you guys think I should do? I mean, it don't look that bad from the camera, but it's bad. It's more Bondo in there than I thought there was. Alright, well, I thought the GoPro was recording, but I guess it wasn't. So the only thing I did is I had to tack weld on this, on the rear. It looks bad because I ran out of gas in the welder, so I gotta go do that. But so you can't tell in the camera, but where the Bondo is, it's real wavy. So I had to make a relief cut. That's why you see that double cut, but it's not a big deal because I'll just weld it and you'll never see it. But everything's lining up. I got it tacked in there. I gotta go get some more gas. And this one flexes real good. There's a bar on the back side that has a bolt and a nut, but I just weld it. That's what I did on the other side, and that's what I'm gonna do here. So it doesn't look good, but it will by the time it's all done. I'm just letting the welder cool down, and I'm taking a little bit of a breather because it's like 80 degrees and I'm hot. So any whichever way, we still got to cut out the little piece for the rocker, and we got to cut out that piece up front for the lower fender. But I think I'm gonna call it a day. I'm gonna go get me some sweet tea and sit out underneath the shade tree. So we'll be back at this in the morning. And before you say it in the comments, yes, I am regret not just cutting out the whole piece and replacing that whole patch panel. Dang it. Yeah, I messed up on that one, but we'll make it right. Should have just cut it out, been done with it. All right, it's a brand new day in the shop with a brand new attitude. No more funk going on. We are motivated to get this thing done. So I've already cut it out, which you guys will see right now. A little piece for the rocker panel. It is 7" by 2", or 2.5 rather. So we're just gonna tack it into place, and then I'm gonna kind of shape it. This side, it kind of needs a little bit more shaping than the other side. The other side just kind of wham bam, thank you ma'am. But this side, it has a bunch of Bondo in it. So it's tending to be a little bit more difficult than it should be. So we're gonna tack this one into place real quick and see what that looks like. All right, so that's pretty much the first pass. It's got a little bit of a burn through right there at the seam there, but I grind that out. What's it say? A grinder and paint makes me the welder I ain't? That's right. I need to make t-shirts with that. But anyway, it's the first pass through. I got to go over it like a dozen more times. You guys know the process, just a bunch of tedious little welds. So, and then on this one, if you look straight down it, I'm gonna have to put a thin layer of filler to fill this. Oh, you guys didn't even see it, but a thin layer of filler. Oh, the stupid phone. All right, so like I said before, I keep getting this phone call, or these darn phone calls. I had to shut the phone off, but let's be honest, I didn't shut it off. That phone, every time it rings, it makes me money so that I can stay here and make videos with you guys. Anywho, so we got it pretty well buttoned up. We're gonna start addressing that fender here shortly, but I'm gonna go through and I'm gonna tidy this up a little bit more, and I'm gonna mix some body filler, and I'm gonna show you guys what we're gonna do with that, because we gotta get the body filler on there so that it can start to harden and all that stuff, so we can sand it later. But unfortunately, I'm gonna have to put Bondo on this side. And yes, I went to Walmart and got the cheap stuff. Actually, Bondo. I'm not gonna go and spend a bunch of money on something like this. And I've said it before, I'm not trying to keep repeating myself, but I totally should have just went and replaced the whole quarter, but, or not the whole quarter, but the whole patch panel quarter. So, but I was too committed by now, so I already whacked off the one piece. It is what it is. Mistakes were made, but you know what? Really? Really? I'll make it quick because I know there's wind noise, but it looks thicker than it is, but it's a thin layer just to kind of fade it into all this, because this is actually Bondo. It's a little thicker down there just because of the way the body line's lined up. I didn't even mess with the rust up there because dang near walloped my finger off. Well, let's walk around to this side. I'll show you what we're dealing with. Same thing. I did a little bit of thin layer just to make it I don't know, a little smoother, I guess, because you can only grind so much. But, and then I was playing around with the red primer to kind of match that, I guess. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do some red primer. I'll sand all that down. We'll do a little bit of red primer, and then I'll do a little bit of blue that's kind of close, and then we'll just not worry about it. But then soon we can start putting the trim on, and we'll have this thing at least it'll be a complete car. And complete is what I'm going for. I'm not really looking to go rat rod. I'm not really looking to go pristine condition. I just kind of want it the way it is, and but have all the pieces. So we're gonna put all the chrome on it. I know, stainless steel, but I call it chrome. I don't know why. We're gonna put all the stainless on it and make everything complete on the car, and then I don't know, we're just gonna leave it. And then the other thing I gotta do today is, which will probably be another video, but the 59, I'm gonna sell her, boys. Gonna sell it. I don't know, I picked up that other car for daily driver, and there's a couple other ones I want to buy. Thinking about doing some more will it run or drive homes, so I can't keep them all. I don't have big enough property, so it's gotta go. And that's kind of what I do. I buy them, I play with them, and then I sell them. So not really looking to make any money, which making money is nice, don't get me wrong, but it's not really what I'm after right now. I just like to break even. So if anybody's looking for a 59 Biscayne, stay tuned. Alrighty, I'm back in the garage. It's another day yet again. If you guys can't tell, I'm not feeling very motivated to be messing around with this 57 anymore. And by the looks of the view numbers, you guys aren't either. So anywho, we went from like 6,000 views to, you know, you guys don't care anyway, but now we're down to like 700 views in a week. So that tells me to move on. You guys don't want to hear it no more, don't want to see it, which is fine. But I'll show you the update, and this will probably be the last video for a while on the 57. So let's go check it out. All right, so here's where we're at. We got some body work. I just put some blue spray paint on there, and we're gonna scuff it up, and I'll put some red primer on there. And like I said, you're gonna tell that I patched it, but it'll kind of blend in over time. I started putting the chrome pieces on. I'm gonna do the fender next. I was having a little bit of trouble lining everything up on the back side of the window just because everything's so crusty. The clips aren't really working that well, so I had to put a little bit of Gorilla Glue in there on the corner just to kind of help hold the nut down, because on that corner piece there's a nut and a bolt, and when I put it in, even with a little washer, it's so wallered out in there. There's really no way to fix it without taking the glass out, which I don't really want to do, so I put a little Gorilla Glue to help hold it. And I mean, you know, there's screws there. I didn't do that. That was how it came, so it's really not that big of a deal that I put a little glue there. Oh, looks like I got a little paint here. I gotta scuff that off. But anyway, yeah, I mean, that's this side. I started putting the chrome trim on. There's these little sticky washers behind that, or not sticky washers, sticky tape that holds that on. So it was having trouble holding on here. So I just put a little piece of tape out here in the sun, and hopefully that'll bind her up. I had to do the same thing over here. And I put, you guys are gonna really hate this. This is fire retardant caulk. And I put that all up underneath there because I'm gonna cut this out. And I don't wanna take the headliner out, so I don't want all the sparks to fly up and catch the inside of the car on fire, because it does have a headliner still. Let me see. And it's a pretty decent little headliner, so I don't want it to catch fire, so I'm gonna shove it full of this fire retardant caulk, and you know, it is what it is. And then I could peel it out after I cut it out, and well, I'll probably leave it in there, to be honest, because I got to weld too, so I just don't want the headliner to catch fire. I got the trim piece I'm gonna put on here. I didn't paint that side yet, just primered it, and yeah. So like I said, that's pretty much the end of the story on the 57. It's just been a pretty fun little toy to drive around town, so that's what I'll be doing. I'll be cruising around. Not really much more content on there that I'm going to show for now. We'll see. But like I said, if you guys like that, come back around in a few weeks and we will have more content maybe. I don't know. I'm kind of thinking you guys have spoken and you don't want to see it, and I'm okay with it. So next week we are gonna clean up the 59 Biscayne. I'm gonna get that ready for sale. So till next Friday, adios.